So I just finished this race, and I thought I would do a tips video on the finish, because rolling Highlands and basically any of the Scotland courses that end in this finish, I do pretty well on. And basically, this is what I do. So going into this downhill into the corkscrew, I'm trying to find as much draft as possible. Proceeding it is a bit of an incline, so you might put a bit of effort in there, but you can get a lot of recovery on this downhill. You want to just try and sit as far back as you can. Even if someone goes off the front, chances are they're going to get swept up in the corkscrew. So about this point, again, we're sat at the back. We've got 2.7 kilometers to go. As we hit the more steeper descent, we want to be thinking about trying to use the descent and the draft momentum to kick up the corkscrew. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do here. My watts are under 100 watts or around 100 watts. And it's this left-hand corner, which is when it starts getting a lot steeper. So I'm quite near the front here, which is where I don't want to be, which is why I backed it off. But as soon as we start seeing the profile of the corkscrew, that's where we want to start going, and you see someone else has gone already. And then as soon as we hit the incline, we're going to start putting some power down. I'm doing 11 watts per kilo, 12 watts per kilo, 12.7, and I think I max it at 12.9 around now. So there's the one guy out in front, but I'm in his draft, so I'm starting to ease it back now. What we don't want to do, or what we want to do, is try and get as much recovery as possible before the Brae sprint. So being out front here is fine. You just got to make sure that when they do sweep you up, you just latch on and get, again, as much draft as possible. And you got about a kilometer, just over a kilometer to go, and it's really hard to get dropped here. So you can afford to just coast and draft once you hit this downhill. And they normally, or the pack normally will ease up as they go around this right-hander and then take the right-hand turn. Sat at the back here is exactly where I want to be. I don't want to be doing anything else other than just trying to breathe and get ready for the sprint. As we come over the bridge here, again, it will start to slow. You might get an attack, but because of the way the race finishes up the Brae, it will always get swept up. So you don't need to worry about anyone attacking off the front here. And today, actually, this is probably the slowest I've ever gone into the Brae. The multiple times I've done this. I'm doing 155 watts. Like, no one's attacking. Very easy. I'm doing about 4 watts per kilo just because I want a good position. There's some power-ups already gone off. There were already power-ups going off from the descent before the corkscrew, actually. So I felt confident. I've got my draft. I've played my draft because this is where I want to be drafty. And this is where I start kicking. And I'm actually pulling right as hard as I can, which it doesn't let me do until I get this gap in front of me. And then it makes me go right. I take that nice easy line on the right, move back in for a bit of extra draft, and I'm clear. But then this guy, Bertelsen, he pushed hard. He came around me. I wasn't going to come around him again. We're just going to watch that again in slow motion. All right, so this is the very start of the segment. Right about now, I'm doing 4 watts per kilo. I'm just staying in the pack. It's drafty. As you can see, my draft bar is quite full. The person on the front is doing about 6 watts per kilo, but we're fine. We're in the pack. We're just doing pretty much threshold. So you want to be on the inside going here. I play my draft quite early because I want to slowly ramp it up as much as I can. If I had a feather, I wouldn't play it until we hit this red section here. So that's pretty much where everyone's playing it. So on the steeper part, being a lighter rider, that's where I like to kick. And then I'm kicking hard through the yellow and then the blue. I'm trying to go on the right, on the inside right now, but I need to get a clear gap clearly, which is now. So now it lets me go inside, and this line actually saw Scott Turner do, HCT rider, and it worked perfectly. I'm not getting stuck behind anyone. I'm clear on the right. I felt like I was losing it, so if they were going to go hard at this point, then I was still going to be in their draft, so that's why I kind of pulled back in. But then I kind of got a second wind. I pushed again when I saw how close I was to the finish, but Bertelsen was too strong at this point. He was only doing 10 watts per kilo, but he came round me, so he must be incredibly light, I guess. He does look smaller. But yeah, fair play to him. Good kick there. And second and this was the A pen. So what, 690 to 750, something like that. Anyway, that's my tips and tricks. Thanks.